Beautiful day today, good weather. Have a little 20-minute break before I see my next client. Black superheroes. Black superheroes. You know, I grew up being a big fan of Marvel and the Marvel community and the superheroes. I mean, they probably got over 100 superheroes. And there's some people of color in there. You know, they gave us a couple of superheroes in the Marvel universe, but these superheroes are still a product of the European mind and psychology. It's coming from, if we're talking about race being important and culture being important, it's still coming from a community, an imagination that's not really in our skin, right? So, and salute to Stan Lee for including us. He could have easily left us out of the situation, but he included us and gave us an opportunity to be represented. So I'm not knocking that. One thing about being a human being that kind of sucks is like, if you're not the first to do something, it's really challenging to have an original idea of that thing. I would like to believe Stan Lee wasn't the originator of this idea of a superhuman being, a divine, other than natural figure. If you think about Jesus Christ, he could be considered Superman, right? He lifted off into the sky after his ascension to heaven. He healed people. Jesus Christ was like our original superhero, right? So biblically, there's always been tales of great humans who had supernatural capabilities before Stan Lee, right? I would like to say Stan Lee kind of popularized it. He added his, perspective, his Eurocentric resource and intelligence. Don't get me wrong, white people are very intelligent and very smart. And I appreciate their contributions. Hey, what's up, bro? But white people weren't the first ones to create the superhero, right? There've always been great humans who've beat the odds, who've performed in ways that was just mind blowing to the mind. You even see this in Asia with some Buddhists who do really supernatural things, Africans and their ability to construct the pyramids and these treasures that are still being contemplated till this day. What's up, Saif Shaikh? India, their contributions to some supernatural meditative states and understanding of, the of Hinduism, their gift, their different belief systems. All human beings have contributed some supernatural ideology to the world. But I would say Stan Lee, what makes him so brilliant is he made it in a way that was sort of like universal. I got to give credit where credit is due, regardless of the brother's skin complexion. He really brought it to life in a way where we can put a character to these supernatural abilities. I wish I could see a black superhero and it not be us trying to fill a role of the Europeans' perspective or interpretation of us. I'm tired of seeing black people having to be a product of someone else's idea, having to fit in to other people's imagination of us. I'm sick and tired of black people sort of being second class to this idea of us being super and amazing. I love Superman. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea. I love the image of a man going against the odds. Doesn't have to be the best, guy on earth. So Clark Kent had his weaknesses. I love it. So regardless if the brother's white or not, I love Superman. I'm more than likely gonna watch the movie just because I love Superman. But what would it be like to have a black man who presented with super strength? These movies, back in the day, they used to make a movie and it was a movie because it looked like it. Maybe the film was skipping. Some of the script, the filming was, blurred or something. It was like, well, okay, this is a movie. You see the props in the background. Today, these movies have been so technologically upgraded. You're sitting in a real life situation. It's like they're blending the line between movie and reality is so thin. It's like you're looking at real life. These movies don't even look like movies. These things look like, man, this is really what's going on. Some of these movies today, and for the young mind, into our brains, right? The brain is picking this stuff up like, man, this is real. These white kids, and I know they have to think like this because I was thinking like this as a black kid. I leave the superhero movies. I'm like, man, I'm a superhero, in my own way. So I know these white kids got to be powered up. I know they do. I don't need them to convince me of that, and that's okay. Everybody deserves their grace. I'm not knocking that, but it just seems like in the film industry there is not enough black heroes. Where is the black? And I don't want to say black Superman. I don't want to say black Spider-Man. Because all that is just communicating to the younger people. You're not original. You're not original. You got to take our ideas. You got to be a caricature of, you know, our batter. We created this batter. You got to be a product of our dough. And that's the thing I kind of dislike about being human is no idea is really original. And soon as everybody wants to be first, right? And that's why I love in the Bible how it says the last shall be first, the first shall be last. So sometimes it's not always good being the first. But in this world that we live in, if I'm the first that created it, if I'm the first to do it, if you come out with anything similar, you're trying to be like me. You're copying me. You're a product of my idea. I just do not like that. But it's not about me, right? I'll be dead and gone. And the world will keep spinning, right? It ain't revolving on Randy LMFT's ideas. But what would it look like to have a black great, And I believe, and this is coming from a combat veteran, so y'all know I don't give a damn what YouTube thinks, what black people think, white people think, Asians think. I don't care. And I'm almost 40. So I earn mine. So I have a right to my opinion. Okay. I believe a lot of these people in Hollywood are intimidated by the idea of a black man being super, you know, because to really speak to our community, that brother, before he developed those superpowers, maybe he grew up in an environment where he didn't have a lot of resources. He was bullied. He was discriminated against, right? He was let go from jobs. He was put on child support and had baby mamas, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't have the ideal foundation, right? And then he turned that into a superpower. Maybe he came from the bottom and he became so great. I think a lot of white people in the movie industry are intimidated by a black man just being super, you know. I saw something where Michael B. Jordan was trying to create or add on to this creation of and bring into life this superhero, this black superhero. And of course, there's a lot of politics and oh shit, do we really want to put this out? And there's a really big issue with white people and black people in this country. That's why my goal is to really leave America for a little bit because I'm just sick of the shit. I'm sick of not being able to say nothing about it. I'm sick of just going along, getting along. I'll be dead, and this future will be left to my kids, and you guys are gonna tell me I don't have a damn choice. I just gotta kind of roll with it. You just get tired of the shit being a black man. That's just me. Maybe you guys have a better tolerance level than me. I'm not that strong. Some shit you just get tired of. And I'm tired of going another 20 years of feeling like black people have to be second class to ideas that can really empower us and boost our children up, boost our youth. You just get tired of the shit. And I think white people don't even want black people in some of these elite spaces to even be tired. They're like, oh, just you guys just deal with the shit. Deal with it and die. Shit, you get tired of that shit psychologically. Maybe you don't. If you don't, you need to check your fucking self, because you should never just be okay with being second class. You should never be okay with just being a damn afterthought and not being able to have an opportunity to be great. And I believe there are directors and people, like I remember Meteor Man. That was a big ass deal back in the day. Now, you younger people, it might be corny. You guys are so sophisticated and so smart, right? So you may not ever get it. And I don't really need you to. I get it. That's all that matters to me. And it meant so much to see a brother who was super, someone I can relate to, someone I can connect with. I can't fully connect with Clark Kent, I can't. Clark Kent ain't dealing with Lois being like, damn, you a nigga. My family not gonna accept you, Clark. Yeah, you super and all this shit, but you're black. My parents are gonna kill me. Clark Kent ain't dealing with that shit, man. He not dealing with flying Lois around, and he'll be lucky they don't shoot his ass down because he got a white woman. He ain't dealing with that. But see, that's the shit black people got to deal with. So it's hard to really, for a black man who's a real black man, to really connect with a lot of these storylines of these white people. Just like if everything was all black, white people would be like, damn, yeah, it's great that Superman's black, but shit, I'm white. What about my story? I can't relate to that. So we have a right to say the same shit. So what would it be like to have black, and sometimes you don't even want to say black superheroes because it carries this connotation that you're trying to copy white people. It's like we can't, black people are such a psychological predicament where anytime we try to emulate some form of greatness, it's always people thinking like, oh, you're trying to do this shit off the backs of white people. You're trying to be like white folks. No, this shit's been around before white people. White people didn't create every fucking thing. Jesus Christ was our Superman. Okay? Ain't nobody create him but God. Yeah, they might have put the storyline to it and the narrative and the music and all that shit, but there was super people around before Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, okay? Our parents were superheroes, shit. Slaves were superheroes. Look at the shit they had to overcome, all right? You're not gonna tell me I gotta risk losing my damn life just to go drink some water, okay? That's not super strength, right? So it's just, I'm tired of this narrative. Like, if black people want to be great, they want to be projected as super, they want to be projected as elite, we got to do it off the backs of white people. We got to be the black Batman. We got to be the black Spider-Man, the black Superman. That's bullshit. Bullshit. I would rather black people not be Superman, not be Spider-Man, because it's not original to us. Even the Black Panther, that's not our idea. That's somebody else. That's a white man's idea. This isn't being racist. This is being factual. Y'all make whatever the hell you want to make of it. All right. It ain't my job to think for you. A black superhero, he ain't got to come from the most slummiest areas of the world. He ain't got to come from the most elite stories of the world, but he has to come from our story. Okay. And I believe there are powers that be in Hollywood because they know they know the power of imagery. They know psychology. These damn Europeans and even black folks, because you'll have black people that keep some of these ideas out. They ain't no better in some of these spaces than these white people who are prejudiced towards African Americans. Okay. Hey, what's up, Amos? They know the fucking power of film and the movie industry. Look at Black Panther. The motherfucker came out the first time. It was so packed. I was standing in line but behind people that weren't black to watch this damn movie. And it was packed. I'm out here in the suburbs in California and standing in line. People were so excited to see this movie. So they know these damn movies. They know so much the impact of these movies. They do projections. Oh, this shit's going to do a billion. You know, a damn billion. All right. So they know the impact of these damn movies. All right. These white people are not ignorant. And it's not just white people. Yeah, all kind of cultures that got their hand in the pot with this. And I said even black folks, you know, because sometimes black people could be the hardest on each other. And I've seen it. I lived it. The black superhero, whether it's a male, female, what would that look like? Because I believe we are the superheroes. Look at all the shit we're up against. You're practically hated around the whole damn world. You're still dealing with racism, and it's 2025, people. I'm out here in Hawaii, and I feel like they don't even like niggas in Hawaii. And this was like my healing space, and it still is. I don't give a damn if they like me or not. I don't like broccoli. Shit. Well, actually, I love broccoli. I don't like peas. You know, shit, who gives a fuck? You know, I'm still going to eat healthy, right? But look at all the hate we're dealing with. Look at all this psychological shit I won't even be able to really heal in my lifetime because it's going to keep going. You can't tell me that's not superhero shit. You know, still going to work, still showing up. Your boss don't want you there. They're picking on you. Every little thing you do ain't fucking right, right? But you're still working anyway because you got to feed your kids. That movie Straw, Tyler Perry made. People can have whatever opinion about it they want. I don't give a damn. That was an awesome insight into what these black women have to deal with. Maybe you're a single mother. Maybe you got mental health issues. You got to be stuck with your kid. It's not uncommon, right? You can't tell me she wasn't a superwoman. Yeah, she hurt somebody. She killed somebody. I didn't agree with all that shit. But the stuff that she had to deal with, you know, black superheroes, man. I think all black people are fucking superheroes. You know, that's my opinion. You know, all the shit that we're up against, man. And I do believe there are elitists where they're like, you know, we don't want these niggas on the big screen being represented as being too powerful and too great. We don't want that. You know, make some movies where these niggas in the hood or they're like police officers, you know, give them some regular shit. You know, we don't want them having wings. We don't want them flying. Put them on the ground, let them crawl. I believe that shit. You know, I'm sorry I'm cursing because I'm really passionate about that shit, man. You know, and I always tell my boy in St. Louis, you know, I'm not going to heaven stressed out, man. I don't give a damn if I gotta leave America behind. Peace, shit. You know, I'm not going to heaven stressed out. God has been so good to me. He's my superhero. He's my Superman, you know, where the least I can do is leave this earth and my children happy, you know. And the environment's gonna give you everything to be stressed out about, right? They're gonna give you all the bullshit, right? You're not this, you're not that enough, you're not this enough, you're not that enough. To hell with all that. If I gotta separate myself from all this shit, I'm going to heaven with a smile on my face, you know. So yeah, my man said black superheroes don't exist. You're right, they don't. And it's fucked up because it's just they got Fantastic Four coming out and I'ma see it. Superman coming out and I'ma see it. And I watch it and I'm so powered up, but I'm just thinking like, damn, these white people can't relate to me, man. They can't, you know. And it's not unnatural to compare yourself because that's what humans are. We're looking at that shit. We're like, damn, you know, what would it be like if we could be great like that, you know? And you can't really do it when you're African American. It's just you look at the shit, you get hyped, and you're just like, damn, you go back to your situation, right? Where you're just a nigga, you know. But I believe you guys are, if you black, this ain't for white people today. Shit. You black, you are a superhero. You are, you know, I don't know if it's, I don't want to say Superman because they already got that locked down, but you're supernatural, you know. You're supernatural. It too. Yeah, it's like, why can't we have, I believe this is an agenda, man. And then when we do get superheroes as black people, Meteor Man was dope. Don't get me wrong. He was dope. But it's like, you know, shit, they get Superman. You know, where the meteor and the kryptonite to him was his weakness, you know. They made it our strength, you know, the meteor and this thing, the rock, you know. So that's cool, but it just felt, it was dope. I'm not gonna sit up here and disrespect the only thing we got, right? But it's just like, damn, all we get is like one or two. What, Meteor Man, Black Panther, you know. And you mean to tell me there wasn't like black greats and excellence in Africa and America? Shit, Martin Luther King could be a superhero. you know, Malcolm X, you know, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, you know, so many black people, and I know I'm leaving out a ton of people. You can't tell me they weren't superheroes, the shit they was up against. And it's getting to the point now where they don't even want our heroes even being taught in school, right? Like, you know, we don't want you guys even learning about your damn heroes, but you go to the movies and go get that Superman ticket. They got the shit on the McDonald's, and you know, they got that shit in Burger King, and everywhere you go, you see their heroes and shit, right? You know, but psychologically, we're supposed to be all right with that. You guys just chill. You just fall back, eat our soup. You know, fuck that, man. Fuck that. And this is coming from a therapist, man. Fuck that. You know, y'all guys can think whatever you want. Shit, I work hard for mine. You know, me and my wife will probably end up living in China, man. And is China perfect? No. You know, we probably won't end up living anywhere. We're gonna be some damn pilgrims because all over the world they ignorant towards the black man. So I can't trust the world right now. You guys all fucked up. So we just gonna hop around, you know, until these legs can't hop no damn more. Okay? Shit. You know, early. You know, probably hop here, hop there, hop everywhere. Shit. You know, I'm okay with that. I don't think the black elite intellectually has a home here. You know, Christ ain't have a place to lay his head. You know, so shit, we ain't gonna have a place to lay our head either. So I guess I'll just turn to a damn pilgrim. As long as my kids are fed, they're educated, I can raise my own damn kids and teach them what they need to know because they don't even want you guys even learn about your black history, your black superheroes, right? So I just wanted to share those thoughts, man. I was in session with a brother today, and he's so beat up from racism, psychologically, and exhausted. He doesn't even leave his house and interact with other people because he's the master at this shit, and he's right. You know, I'm not gonna be the therapist and be like, oh, you got schizophrenia, oh, you got anxiety, you crazy as hell. You need to get back to the program. Nah, he's fucking right. Being a black man is hard as fuck, you know. And sometimes you might want an Asian girl. Sometimes you might want a white girl, but you can't love them the way you want because of all the bullshit stereotypes and stigmas, and you can't trust if she's gonna really love you. So you're alone, and you're a good man. You ain't perfect, but you're a good man. You could probably have a good family, but you're so fucked up from all this messaging. You're envious now of the white guy. You're envious of all these other races because you're like, damn, they get them and they can make toys out of these girls. They got like 5 or 6 Asian girls, Randy, and these girls are all right with the shit. I just want one, and I'm a piece of shit. You know, 1 or 2. You know, so black people, you're great. You're superheroes. You know, and I'm talking to the damn black people because you know why? I'm noticing a lot of people got beef with black people right now. And if you got beef with me, I got beef with you. Shit, I'm from Detroit, so I can take it there. I don't give a damn. You better look me up, Randy Wineglass. Go Google me or some shit. Black people, you're great. You're wonderful. You're amazing. You're superheroes. Don't let these white people in the industry, because all white people don't think alike. They want to see some fucking black superheroes too. I believe there are some white people in other cultures that want to see some black heroes too. I believe that. You guys might not believe that, but I believe that. You know, because they see what's going on. They're all white people ain't the same. So this ain't saying go out there and go treat white people like shit. You know, no. There are some white people that feel our pain too. Damn, they respect our history too. They're out there fucking protesting and striking too for us. And salute to you guys. You know, salute to you guys. But I'm talking to the damn black people right now. You guys are great. You guys are superheroes. You are the superheroes. Look at all the things you survived. Look at your genetics. The shit you created is still being studied to this day. They even want to separate Egypt from Africa. Ain't that a bitch? You know, we can't even have fucking Egypt. You know, so you are great. You are loved. You are valuable. You're superheroes to me. You know, and I'm sorry that we're in a generation of immature ass adults that instead of being great and really making America great again by letting you see your greatness, they're really making America weak again. You know, and I'm sorry about that coming from a combat veteran that you didn't get celebrated, black man, black woman, from wherever you are. I'm sorry America didn't celebrate you the way that you needed to be. But you guys are superheroes to me, all right? Randy Wineglass, I got clients to see because I got work to do. I got people in a community to save, and I can't do it by myself. So salute to all the nurses, the doctors, the police, firefighters, physician assistants, physicians, people who are here fighting and supporting and helping each other. Salute to you guys. I'm praying for you guys. And even if you're not, the parents, the mom, the dads, the brothers, the sisters, cousins, aunties, and uncles, salute to you guys. You're superheroes to me, even if you're not on the movie screen. Movies come and go. That shit gets old. You know, how many Supermans they had to make, right? How many fucking Fantastic Fours, right? So that show you something ain't sticking, right? And it's us. We're the glue for that shit. Mark my words on that. You guys got good memories and everybody's so technical and all that shit. Be technical about that shit, okay? Combat veteran, look me up. Randy Weinglass, Google me. I ain't got no fear in me. I only fear God. I'm out here in Hawaii, shit. You know, Hawaiians don't even really love black people, but you think I'm letting that shit stop me from living my fucking life? I'm from Detroit, man. I grew up in that shit. Murder capital. You gotta look that shit up. God bless you guys. Having a good time. My life is good. I ain't bitter. This is just the facts. You get older, you just see, you just notice certain shit, you know. Sad, man. I gotta get to work. Peace.